Hello, my name is Daniela and I am a Section 2 GAMSAT tutor. I've been teaching for a couple of years. I also recently just got accepted to Deakin Medical School, so I'm really excited about that. But I thought I'd make a little video to hopefully help out anybody else interested in sitting the GAMSAT or wanting to become a medical student themselves. So, with my GAMSAT experience, I scored the top 1% and I've also scored the 50th or 40th percent with Section 2. And there are some things that I learned along the way that will hopefully help make your life a little bit easier. So let's start out with what Section 2 is about. I'm gonna kind of blow this myth out of the water because I think it's a big one that's floating around, that Section 2 is just the essay section. It's a lot more than just an essay section. It's called written communication for a reason. So that's really what it is. It is communication. The reason I am mentioning this is because I find that thinking of it just like an essay section alone is kind of limiting, because it might force you into that little tunnel of looking at it like a high school kind of essay, and it's really not. For me, when I started thinking about it, actually quite a lot of people, when they started looking at it as a communication piece rather than just an essay, it really helped open up kind of a horizon and allow that free kind of flow of writing. So to summarize, Section 2 is not just the essay section, it is a communication piece. What that really means is that you have to focus on writing a piece of work, I guess, that communicates clearly what you're thinking. That's very different from writing the perfect essay. You don't have to write the perfect essay. I definitely didn't. I probably still wouldn't write a great essay in high school. So yes, that's the first part of Section 2. Okay, so the elephant in the room is content. What do we actually write about? What makes a high scoring essay? I will make another video potentially of a high scoring essay. Maybe I'll read out some of mine. But I think the most important thing to emphasize is you are writing your opinion. You're writing about what you think, and your role is just to communicate that well. It sounds pretty simple and almost obvious, but bear with me. So Section 2, they always give you a prompt of something that you are going to relate to. It's going to be, even if it seems random like music or food, it's just something that you in your daily life would encounter. Economic policies, human emotion, history. And to be able to write a good response, you have to be aware of two things: your own thoughts, what you value, what you believe in, and others. I believe to write a strong GAMSAT essay, it's important to have perspective. And to gain perspective, you have to listen to other people talk, academics, even reflect on your life experience. What do your friends and family believe? Yuval Noah Harari, he wrote a phenomenal book, a few actually, but Sapiens. I would recommend that to anybody, just in general, but especially for Section 2. So many ideas. He writes really clearly, and it helped give me a lot of perspective to give my conversation some depth. Philosophy. I think philosophy is great to show humility, but it also helps validate anything you want to talk about. Emotion, for example. It'll show the examiner that you've spent time investing into thoughts more than just your own, and it'll help give that rounded conversation for your essay. So content includes two things: you knowing your opinions, what do you believe in, and also providing some perspective, investing in the world around you, learning about history. It doesn't have to be difficult. It might sound a little bit daunting and like, oh my God, that sounds like so much work. But it doesn't have to be. It just has to be something that you're interested in. You might find a pocket of history that you like to learn about and just go learn about it. Everybody's gonna be unique. Everyone's gonna find something that they're naturally drawn to. So find your little niche of information and help give your mind some depth and perspective. Practicing is pretty personal. I think we all have our areas of weaknesses and strength, and therefore it kind of depends accordingly. But a general rule is 1 to 2 essays per week in the beginning. And I say 1 to 2 in the beginning because you have to actively recall. You kind of have to look back at the essay and go, well, what am I really learning from this? How can I improve it in my next essay? So 1 to 2 essays per week, actively recall, get a third opinion, share it around, and make sure the next essay you're writing is of a higher quality, or try to make it of a higher quality. How you're practicing is really important, especially to the lead up to the exam. You really want to practice for your sport. It's no point running a 100-meter sprint and only training for a 50-meter sprint. I know that doesn't exist, but what I'm trying to say is if you only write 30-minute bursts of essays and leave it at that, then on the day when it comes to writing an hour and 5 minutes in 2 essays, you're actually not going to be prepared. You're going to get uncomfortable. You might even panic a little bit and go, oh my goodness, how am I going to pull this off? I fell into that trap. I know other people that have. So definitely practice with the time given for 2 essays. Get used to doing that. Do that a few times. So by the time you're sitting the exam, you're good to go. You know what's coming at you, and you're ready for the challenge. All right, let's summarize everything. So when it comes to section 2 and looking at it, the very important thing is to understand it's a communication piece. Strengthen your communication. Record videos of yourself. Talk to your friends. Don't be so focused on just writing a perfect essay. You're not going to write a perfect essay. No one's going to write a perfect essay, and they're not looking for that either. The second thing is know what you're practicing. Make sure you're recalling. Every time you write an essay, really learn from your mistakes. Really learn what you wrote. Practice for your sport. If you're going to sprint 100 meters, it's no point practicing sprinting 50 meters. So really do get used to the hour and 5 minute time frame and write 2 essays. Even if you feel like it sucks, just do it. I didn't like it, and I don't think anyone's going to like it forever, but it's important because on the day you really do want to be prepared for that pressure. And finally, the content. The content is really about expanding your mind, understanding your mind, and gaining perspective from the world. Reading books, watching YouTube videos that you gain insight from, and learning philosophy. Then tie it all together. Go write it down or journal it or share it to a friend. Get comfortable with that information. I will give a little bit of, not a red flag, but just something to think about when it comes to your resources with section 2. It's very easy to get caught up reading widely, vastly with no intention. So be careful of that. If you find yourself just going after resource without really gaining much of it, maybe check yourself and all right, that's enough. But overall, it is important to gain perspective. Just make sure that it's beneficial to you and it's something you like. Okay, I hope this was helpful and a little good synopsis of what section 2 entails or what to do for it. And if you have any questions or feedback, please do let me know. I am happy to listen to anything you have to share. All right, take care. Bye for now.